Support.
The maestro, please!
Shut the fuck up.
Your fans become your haters.
You done?
Beard's weird.
All right.
You yelling at the mic. Weird, weird.
Doing this once.
Beard's weird. Why you yelling at the mic?
I mean, I doubt it, but I sincerely hope Machine Gun Kelly doesn't watch this show, because he's gonna hate everything about this episode. Today we'll be looking at KILLSHOT by Eminem. Eminem. Marshall Mathers, aka Slim Shady, aka Eminem, is probably one of the most well-known rappers, especially in his hometown of Detroit. He has had more contemporary hits like
My OCD's talking me in the head, keep knocking. Nobody's home, I'm sleepwalking. I'm just relaying what the voice in my head saying. Don't shoot the messenger, I'm just friends with the
monster.
But if you want to know about his probably most well-known song,
You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow this opportunity.
Background. KILLSHOT originally charted in the middle of September at number 3, and in fact it had the highest debut for a hip-hop video on YouTube upon its release. It is well known that this is a diss track towards Machine Gun Kelly. This track was made in response to
Fuck rap god, I'm the rap devil. Come a bare face with a black shovel like the Armageddon. When the smoke settle, his body next to this instrumental. I'm saying, I'm sick of them sweatsuits and them corny hats, let's talk about it.
which itself was a response to
We are not alike, there's not alike us. You say you affiliated with murderous killers. Hey! The people you run with are thuggin'. Hey! But you just don't wanna be gonna. Hey! Like you was gonna do something, acting like you.
off of his album Kamikaze. Kamikaze was dropped all of a sudden at the end of August. Nearly every single track off this album charted, except for the skits, given one of the skits actually charted in Sweden. The song references a number of other songs, two of which are Eminem's. The first one is
You don't wanna fuck with Shady.
What?
Cause Shady will fucking kill you. Bitch, I'm a
which is referenced at the very end of the song.
And I'm just playing, Diddy. You know I love you.
I'm just playing, ladies. You know I love you.
The other reference that Eminem makes to himself is
Sincerely yours, Stan. P.S. We should be together too.
which is done much sooner in the song here.
Here's that autograph for your daughter. I wrote it on a starter cap.
Here's an autograph for your brother. I wrote it on the starter cap.
In terms of other songs, it obviously makes a reference to Machine Gun Kelly's Rap Devil here.
Your fans become your haters.
You done?
Beard's weird.
All right.
You yelling at the mic. Weird, weird.
Somebody grab him some clippers. This fucking beard is weird.
In terms of direct samples, the song predominantly pulls from
I finesse so quick that you would swear it was magic. Genie out the bottle, stole your bitch like Aladdin. It's a
which can be heard throughout most of the song.
Rihanna just hit me on a text. Last night I left hickeys on her neck. Wait, you just dissed me? I'm perplexed. Insult me in a line, compliment me on the next. Damn.
The only two people involved in the creation of this track are Eminem himself along with Illa the producer. Having such a long career, Eminem has had a lot of chances to be a songwriter and a producer, whether it's songs he's featured on,
Then watch me smack that all on the floor. Smack that, give me some more. Smack that till you get sore. Smack that, oh, smack that all on.
or songs done by a completely different artist.
You know there's fire up in here. It's burning hot. We on fire. Should take it off if it get too hot up in this.
Ray Frazier, aka Illa the producer, actually doesn't have many pop hits to his name until Eminem released Kamikaze when he helped out with
Asking me what the fuck happened to hip-hop, I said I don't have any answers. Cause I took a L when I dropped my last album. It hurt me like hell, but I'm back on these rappers. And actually coming from humble beginnings, I'm somewhat uncomfortable winning. I wish I could say
KILLSHOT is released by Shady, Aftermath, and Interscope Records. Form. KILLSHOT is a hip-hop song, is over 4 minutes long, is in G minor, 4/4 time, and 106 beats per minute. The song opens with an intro,
You sound like a bitch, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
has one really, really long verse taking up most of the song,
gotta wake up Labor Day to this.
and then our outro.
Keep my daughter outie. You fucking. Oh. And I'm just playing, Diddy. You know I love you. Luxury, oh, you
Piano. The first thing that the piano plays is done in the very opening, with the bass going between G and C, and then G and B flat, with the upper voice going B flat A D. The second figure that the piano does, and much more frequently, is this complicated figure as it has 3 different voices. Regardless, it's this lovely classical progression utilizing both minor, major, dominant, and even going further on to use diminished and diminished 7th chords. Bass. The bass, by comparison, is extremely simplistic, just doing these long held out Gs before going up to D, then going back down to G before going to D, F sharp.
Your last 4 albums suck, go back to recovery. Oh shoot, that was 3 albums ago. What do you know? Oops. Know your facts before you come at me, little goof. Luxury, oh, you broke bitch.
Verse. Alright, we have 28 figures to go through, let's do it. The opening of the main body of the song starts out relatively simple.
Rihanna just hit me on a text. Last night I left hickeys on her neck. Wait, you just dissed me, I'm perplexed. Insult me in a line, compliment me on the next, damn.
As it goes on, Eminem becomes increasingly more relentless with his rhythms.
I'm really sorry you want me to have a heart attack. Was watching 8 Mile on my Naughta track. Realized I forgot to call you back. Here's that autograph for your daughter. I wrote it on a starter cap.
We then get this lovely figure that focuses on the dotted 8th note.
Stand, son, listen, man, dad isn't mad, but how you gonna name yourself after a damn gun and have a man bun?
Before going back to more rigorous 8th and 16th notes.
Giants woke, eyes open, undeniable, supplying smoke, got the fire stoked. Say you got me in a scope, but you grazed me. I say one called it in a scope, and you Swayze.
Now it's about here that Eminem becomes much more focused on the combination of an 8th and 2 16ths, or 2 16th notes and an 8th.
Your reply got the crowd yelling woo. So before you die, let's see who can out petty who with your corny lines. Slim your roll, Al Kelly, ooh, but I'm 45 and I'm still outselling you.
While then continuing to add more runs of 16ths.
By 29, I had 3 albums that it blew. Now let's talk about something I don't really do. Go in someone's daughter's mouth stealing food, but you're a fucking molehill. Now I'ma make a mountain out of you.
Notice the second measure in this particular phrase that is just mostly 16ths with 1/8 note on the and of 1.
Ho, chill, acting like you put the chrome barrel to my bone marrow. Gonna bitch, you ain't a bow and arrow. Say you run up on me like a phone bill, spraying lead, playing dead. That's the only time you hold still.
This part is a bit difficult to chart out as these rhythms are very approximate because he's more just having discourse and less actual rapping.
Are you eating cereal or oatmeal? What the fuck's in the bowl, milk? Wheaties or Cheerios? Cause I'm taking a shit in them, Kelly. I need reading material. Dictionary. Yo, Slim.
We then get to a point where Eminem is much more focusing on syncopation between the various 8ths and 16ths.
Your last 4 albums suck, go back to recovery. Oh shoot, that was 3 albums ago. What do you know? Oops. Know your facts before you come at me, little goof. Luxury, oh, you broke bitch.
Before going back to more strict and rigorous runs.
Yeah, I had enough money in 02 to burn it in front of you, ho. Younger me, no, you'd have whacked me. It's funny but so true. I'd rather be 80-year-old me than 20-year-old you.
He then starts to use the 8th notes to emphasize the end of phrases much more and much more powerfully, doing the 16th notes between each one.
Till I'm hitting old age, still can fill a whole page with a 10-year-old's rage. Got more fans than you in your own city, little kitty, go play. Feel like I'm babysitting Lil Tay.
He then starts to interweave phrases into the next, so we're not so much in strictly bars of 4 anymore, but 4 plus.
Got the ditty okay, so you spent your whole day shooting a video just to fucking dig your own grave. Got you at your own wake, I'm the Billy Goat. You ain't never made a list, next to no Biggie, no Jay, next to Taylor Swift.
This ties them together, making his lines much more powerful and much more impressive and virtuosic.
And that Iggy ho, you about to really blow, Kelly. They'll be putting your name next to Cha, next to Benzino. Die, motherfucker, like the last motherfucker saying Haley in vain.
Again, as the song goes on, it becomes a lot more complicated, utilizing various rests and ties to vary up his rhythms.
Alien brain, Satanist. My biggest flops are your greatest hits. The game's mine again and ain't nothing changed but the lock. So before I slay this bitch, give Jade a kiss.
We then go to this more discourse-based flow, given this one's rhythms are a lot more clear than the previous ones.
Gotta wake up Labor Day to this. Being rich shamed by some prick using my name for clickbait in a state of bliss cause I said his goddamn name.
However, he takes this opportunity to again extend the phrase with little figures like this.
Now I gotta cock back aim, yeah bitch, pop champagne to this.
Creating this unique phrase, the previous one being 4 and 2 making 6, and this one being 3 before moving on back into it properly.
It's your moment. This is it, as big as you're gonna get, so enjoy it. Had to give you a career to destroy it.
This is the first major instance we have in the third bar of Eminem doing entirely 16ths.
Lethal injection, go to sleep 6 feet deep. I give you a beat for the effort, but if I was 3'11", you look up to me, and for the record, you would suck a dick to fucking be me for a second.
This relentless onslaught of rhythms is even joined by a 5-tuplet, this time done strictly in rhythm, as opposed to previously when it was done in more of a discourse section.
Lick a boss like to get on my channel. Give your life to be a solidified. This motherfucking shit is like Rambo when he's out of bullets, so what good is a fucking machine gun when it's out of ammo?
With these constant runs of 16th notes, he uses the 16th note, 8th note, 16th note figure to string them all together to not give up on any of this energy that he's giving us.
Had enough of this tatted up mumble rapper. How to fucking him and I battle? He'll have to fuck him in my flannel. I'll give him my sandals, cause he knows long as I'm shady, he's gonna have to live in my shadow.
He then brings that idea again of using the 8th notes for emphasis and the 16th notes to tie them together.
Exhausting, letting off on my offspring like a gun barrel, bitch get off me. You dance around it like a sombrero. We can all see you're fucking salty, cause young Gerald's balls deep inside a Halsey.
But with all these aggressive lines, he takes time to insert more spacious rhythms like this one.
Your red sweater, your black leather, you dress better, I rap better. That a death threater, a love letter.
He then comes at us with these dotted 16th, 8th note, 16th figures, which are the most complicated rhythms he uses throughout the entire song.
Little white toothpick thinks it's over a pick. I just don't like you, prick. Thanks for dissing me.
Making excellent use of the 16th, 8th, 16th figure by combining it with just straight 16ths to make it flow seamlessly.
Now I had an excuse on the mic to write, not a light, but really I don't care who's on the right, but you're losing the fight you pick.
He then uses the more contemporary rhythm of a 16th dotted 8th note, which is used a lot by rappers these days. The idea of doing 2 quick syllables on the beat.
Who else want it? Kells, attempt fails, button L's, fucking nails in these coffins as soft as cottonelle.
He then takes a variety of rhythms he's used previously and shoves them all into this one phrase.
KILLSHOT, I will not fail. I'm with the doc still, but this idiot's boss pops pills and tells him he's got skills. But Kells, the day you put out a hits, the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out, they got pop killed.
As we near the end of the song, he's still combining all these elements, the runs of 16s and the 2 different combinations of 8ths and 16ths.
I'm sick of you being whack and still using that motherfucking auto-tune, so let's talk about it. I'm sick of your mumble rap mouth, need to get the cock about it before we can even talk about it.
He ends the song similarly to how he began it, with more simplistic rhythms, though there is one tie in there near the end that he uses for emphasis.
I'm sick of your blonde hair and earrings, just cause you look in the mirror and think that you're Marshall Mathers. Don't mean you are and you're not about it, so just leave my dick in your mouth and keep my daughter out.
There you have it. Eminem's entire diss to Machine Gun Kelly, charted out note for note. Never expecting to do this song, let alone a diss track. As far as who won, well, Eminem is historically relevant not only to hip-hop, but to music as a whole, and has quite the accomplished career. Machine Gun Kelly, by comparison, hasn't been around nearly as long enough, and therefore hasn't had as much time to really do anything. But I mean, as far as history's remembrance of Machine Gun Kelly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is
as big as you're gonna get, so enjoy it. Had to give you a career to destroy it. Lethal injection, go to sleep 6 feet deep. I'll give you a beat for the effort, but if I was 3'11", you look up to me, and for the record, you would suck a dick to fucking be me for a second.
It took me 2 days of just listening over and over again to Eminem's lyrics in order to get everything charted out as accurately as possible. I do hope you appreciate it.
Lick a boss like to get on my channel. Give your life to be a solidified. This motherfucking shit is like Rambo when he's out of bullets, so what good is a fucking machine gun when it's out of ammo? Had enough of this tatted up mumble rapper. How to fucking him and I battle? He'll have to fuck him in my flannel.